So my fourth and final ELL strategy is a lesson grab bag, and this is also social studies for eighth grade. And this is the teaks pertain to science, technology, and society. So like they're talking about explaining the effects of technological and scientific innovations, and just major inventions like the steamboat, cotton gin, interchangeable parts. And just over this, they analyze stuff like that and talk about major innovations and how it led up and contributed to the rapid industrialization and the transcontinental railroad, leading to the exploration of the West. So, while reading and discussing several technological advances and urbanization structures in the United States, the teacher will have a bag of items and probably pictures too, because some things you probably cannot bring into a school of an item that contributed in some way to visualizing a point being made in what they're talking about. So after a topic has been talked about, the teacher will take the item specific to the topic and show the students and let them pass it around and see the object. This allows students to actively feel and hold an object, giving them more meaning and understanding about what they're learning during a lesson. And also, while these items are being passed around, the teacher can ask questions and answer questions that students may have, and they can just discuss these things they're talking about and holding. And so, the strengths and benefits this could have is in the article, the problem is brought up. Students learning English may lack background knowledge in social studies topics because they're not originally from here, maybe, or they just never learned about it because their family was not from here, but they did come here. And so some may not have formal schooling in their home countries and consequently may not be familiar with concepts about geography, history, or government, even as they relate to their native countries. And so this activity allows students to be able to build background knowledge by seeing and holding items that they may have never seen before, but they can now relate it to something they may have dealt with personally or seen before, and make a stronger connection and boost their learning about the current lesson. And so my example is a worksheet I created, and it's just titled "Lesson Grab Bag" right now, but it could change with the lesson. But going over major inventions and key things in industrialization, uh, students could be filling this out during or after uh, passing around objects and doing the grab bag. But so I just made some examples here. So object one would have been raw cotton, just picked straight from the stalk in the field. And then they would answer questions like, what event did this object go with? In like the cotton gin. And then they could describe the object and what it was like. And then what was the purpose of this object? So what did it do? And then so the second object was the railroad spike. And that obviously fits in with the transcontinental railroad and expanding west. And then object three, I decided to put the early typewriter. Um, and it's just another technological advancement. And then these are obviously interchangeable. You could pick any ones that you want to apply to your lesson, and you can add more. I just decided to do three for now. But that is my my fourth and final ELL strategy.